When you come to our cities, you are likely to get Pastor Kariuki story yake, sijui Vivian story yake, but then why don't you be organizing? We meet. So when we meet, you will hear our stories, we'll share our experiences, and that's how we formed now what we are calling Daring Abroad Investment Forums. You won't believe, we just started organizing this 2 months ago. We are that daring. We said, let's begin. We are lucky to be hosted by you for the 5th event. So it's growing. Our intention was, if you have a business around in Worcester, Boston, wherever, come here, pitch, present to the audience.
Many of you, we know each other from Fatima's Cafe. Na karibuni, na washukuru sana for all the help you have done for us. It's very funny because kabla sijasikia about anything about 88, I've been watching Daring from day one. And that is where I found about 88. And it's funny, today I'm meeting Alex for the first time, and I'm shocked, and I can't believe I'm talking about Daring Abroad today, okay? This is where it all started from. By watching him, and I go, wait a minute. And I was impressed by the building, because if you look at the construction, they were not building that building in a normal way. That is the first step that interested me in the property, and I'm very, very happy to be down there. The other thing I want to tell you guys is we're very lucky to be Kenyans, because if you look around us, we're all here gathering together, but there's a lot of things happening in Kenya. A lot of people have found out that if there's one country where they can move in and start their life from scratch without missing their home, there's only one country, in Kenya. I say we are very lucky to have what we have. Stop sitting on the sideline, please, okay? I welcome you, come. And all I can say is to all of you, Karibu to 88. It's a wonderful experience, professional people, and you know, you're right at home.
I myself am an admin of a group called Abeingo Boston. We have organized ourselves, like Balozi was saying, and are reaching out to the community, networking, and doing all we can to get together as a Kenyan community. Today, I am honored to speak about an organization that plays a vital role in empowering and supporting our Kenyan diaspora communities. The organization I am referring to is SAMRAC, a beacon of hope that bridges the gap between our motherland and those who have ventured beyond its borders. SAMRAC is dedicated to creating a strong sense of unity and solidarity within our diaspora, communities regardless of their background, religion, or economic status. One of the fundamental pillars of SAMRAC's efforts is event planning. By meticulously organizing events and gatherings, the organization creates opportunities for Kenyan immigrants, students, and refugees to come together, fostering social political cohesion and a sense of belonging. This not only helps to strengthen their ties to their home country, but also offers them a platform to share experiences and support one another.
Hello, Worcester. Hello. How are you? For me, I'm Patrick Okinda. I work with Champs Media in Nairobi. And as Alex has mentioned, we are here to showcase opportunities from Kenya and also to learn of opportunities here and to network with each other. So I'm presenting about Pazurina Holiday Homes. Pazurina sells land in Diani, and I'm here to just help us understand a bit about Diani, then I'll be selling to you land. So Diani right now has been voted not once, not twice, not thrice, but 6 times as the leading holiday destination in Africa. So Pazurina Holiday Homes owns parcels of land in Diani, which are currently available for you. The title of these parcels is written in the name Pazurina Holdings. And that is so important because when you're buying land, you always want the transfer to be done from the owner to you directly. And I'm here to confirm that the land is in the name of Pazurina. Number two, the land is available for you to view through a Google map, or if you have someone to go and view on location, you can send them. They are normally site visits, but everything can also be done online if you prefer that direction. And that is just to give you convenience when it comes to buying land in Diani. So why should you buy land in Diani? Because at the end of the day, it needs to make sense to you as an investor, isn't it? The return on investment. So you'll buy land for various reasons, but two common reasons is number one, to hold and sell. That is, you want land to appreciate and then sell later. If you're that kind of entrepreneur, you'll always want to buy land when the price is the least possible and sell it later when the price appreciates, isn't it? So what are the factors that lead to appreciation of value of land? Infrastructural development and interest in that area, isn't it? So in terms of infrastructural development, right now Diani is one of the places that are experiencing good infrastructural upgrade. We have Dongokundu Highway, which is complete, and we have got Ukunda Airstrip, which is active. There are flights there daily, and that makes the area very lucrative for entrepreneurs, especially when it comes to value appreciation. But then you might want to buy a holiday area like Diani in terms of land, so that you can put up your holiday home. When you visit Kenya, you want to visit your normal place like Nyeri or Naivasha, but also you want to have some holiday experience. So you'll be visiting your Diani house, stay there, and then when you're back here in the US, you let that house earn you money by putting it under Airbnb.
Kenya Airways is our international travel partner. They've been with us for the entire period of 10 years since we began. So we are able to travel because of Kenya Airways. They sponsor us quite a bit in terms of air tickets. When they launched the Nairobi in New York direct flights, we were on it. We documented it on our YouTube, and they are marking 5 years this October. I know you've been asking, yes, New York, I live in Chicago, I live where connectivity. It's now possible to have one ticket through a code share with Delta Airlines. And that code share now will enable you to have connectivity in 50 cities in the US. So you have one ticket, seamless, to take you to Nairobi, or Nairobi to your favorite city or where you live in the US. And their slogan is Kenya Airways, connecting Africa to the world and connecting the world to Africa. I'm introducing Solution Sacco. It's one of the top SACCOs in Kenya. It is based in Meru. It is formerly a teacher-based SACCO, but they opened the bond. Now anybody can be a member. And they have diaspora members too. So from here, you can still be a member of Solution Sacco. We've worked with them. We've seen what they've done in Garissa, in Mombasa.
35,000 plus members. Very fast growing diaspora membership. You could be the next one. And we are having a very good corporate governance. There's never been trouble when it comes to that. That shows transparency. And now, when it comes to why you should have an account here, listen to this. You become an owner when you join Solution Sacco. How does that happen? By opening a share capital account. So a share capital account will require that you deposit a minimum of 30,000 Kenya shillings. But then we request you to have a fixed deposit account, which you can use to grow your savings, and your savings will always attract interest on your deposits. That is, when you deposit, you have interest on your deposits. The interest goes as high as 18%, 19%, 20%. But I want to give you a minimum guarantee. It will never go below 15%. It's good to talk on the safer side. 15% is the lowest possible that dividends can ever, annual dividends can ever be issued. But they do go as high as 19, 20%. Why should you also be a member of Solution Sacco? This is a Tier 1 Sacco. Tier 1, it means among the Saccos that are in Kenya, this is one of the Saccos that have proven to be stable, to be in the top of the league. And you always, especially when you're here in the diaspora, I know you've had issues. one thing that you're considering when it comes to joining a SACCO is the whole issue of stability. When you go back to Kenya or when you want to transact, will you find your money there? That's a very big question. And the length of our existence, the size of our membership, the transparency of our governance, the place that we have in the industry, Tier 1, communicates a lot about our stability. So when you save, let's say you save 100,000 Kenya shillings, you'll be able to borrow 4 times above your deposits. How much is that in terms of amount of money you can get if you have 100,000 Kenya shillings? That is up to 400,000 Kenya shillings. This means when you have projects in the country and you want to execute them and you are short of money and you have deposits, then you can complete your project. You simply walk to the SACCO and say, I want to borrow above my deposits, and they'll ask you for one simple thing: guarantors. Guarantors are friends who trust you that you will use the money responsibly and pay, so they provide guarantee. So your guarantors also need to be members of the SACCO, and that is why it is important that you don't join alone. You join with your friends seated next to you. We join with your friends. So mobilize one another as you join. This has been possible in other cities that we have visited, in Houston, in Kansas, in Minneapolis, and I'm sure even here you can join in groups so that you keep one another accountable in terms of saving and provide opportunities to guarantee one another and grow yourselves. AR Insurance is one of the biggest insurers in Kenya, and AR Insurance partners with Solution SACCO to deliver insurance packages to you. I know when you live here in the US, an insurance package from a Kenyan underwriter might not really help you, but it's of very much importance to the people who benefit from you. This could be your parents or people who are close to you in terms of your kinship. So this is how it benefits you. You buy an insurance package to your loved one. It could be your parents, it could be anyone back in Kenya. And instead of sending money for them to go to hospital, you simply pay premiums per month. Or if you don't want to be paying monthly every month, it could be quite cumbersome for you. You can pay at an annual installment rate. You can list the beneficiaries under you back in Kenya. So this makes it possible for you to be at peace anytime that you have someone in the country that needs medical attention and you're the one to pay the bills. Many hospitals in Kenya are accepting AR insurance. That is so important. In all major towns and in many other small towns, we have AR accredited hospitals. That means your loved ones anywhere in the country where they are, they can always go to a hospital and pay for their medication through AR insurance. If you don't buy an insurance package for your loved ones, what will happen? They will call you when you don't have money and tell you, we need to take so and so to hospital. Please send the money, and you're broke at that time. Or maybe you send the money, but the person receiving the money is unable to channel that money in full. Maybe you're sending 100,000 and what is utilized for medication is 50,000. So to avoid such things, simply buy an insurance package and have them covered. This will really help you and save you from a lot of trouble. So we are delivering insurance package in partnership with Solution SACCO and AAR, and this makes it possible for you to be at peace while your loved ones, your beneficiaries, enjoy the services you provide to them in terms of paying premiums for the insurance packages.
Okay, my name is Paul. My business is called Afro Jewelry. And just for you who don't know, I also go by Afropon. I make that fun. So my business, why did I even start it? So I'm Kenyan, I'm from Kenya. That's part of my background. And I came here when I was 5 years old. So ever since I've been in America, I've noticed that for me, I felt homesick, right? And the way I kind of got through that homesickness is that I had the Kenyan bracelet. And for me, when I had that Kenyan bracelet, it always brought pride every time I looked at it. It's like I wouldn't forget, like, I'm from Kenya. I can always be proud to be a Kenyan. And even when I'm meeting people, right, let's say another Kenyan, we all know, we all wear the same bracelets. Even if you see a Kenyan without a Kenyan bracelet, you gotta believe that Kenyan is looking for another way to get that Kenyan bracelet, finding somebody that's going home, they're saying, hey, I need this one, right? Yeah. So for me, being in America, I've noticed that African diaspora, it's not just us Kenyans. We have Nigerians, we have Haitians, we have Congolese. So the same connection that we all have as Kenyans, my goal is to give that to everyone, right? No matter where you come from, I want to be able to be like, oh, you're from Congo. Like, just you're walking down the street, and then you're like, oh, you're from Congo. And the way that conversation even starts is that you see the bracelet. Even before you know anything, even before you even know the name, you know something about that person. The jewelry, its quality. I've gone through a couple of trial and process and seeing like, okay, what do even people like, you know, like what makes it easy to put on, what makes it easy to take off, right? So I've looked at all of that. I've worked on quality control issues, so it's a guarantee that the jewelry is quality. And the last thing that I'll say about my business is that I've learned that collaboration is very important to growth. For example, even when I was in school, I can't say I graduated, I got the degree on my own. It took my friends, it took your study groups, it took that collaboration to get where you're going, right? So the same thing with my business. I collab with different artisans, craftsmen. I have other people helping me with the business. And then even here in the US, the way I grow is I collaborate with different businesses that are local, that are in colleges. And one benefit of my business that I don't see people doing with the jewelry is we do custom jewelry, right? So if you know any business, like same thing like how people get custom t-shirts, right? So if you know any business, just know that we can look at the logo, we can look at the colors, and we can make something custom that your customers or people that support your brand will love, and that's how you win. You know, you win through collaboration.
I'm standing before you to talk about, I think, the newest circle both in the diaspora and in Kenya, because you are registered February of this year. So we are like 6 months old. I am a teacher by profession, and I used to be a circle member when I was in Kenya. But when I came here in America, the stories that I heard about circles of the diaspora were not very good. So I was not very keen to join one. But 2022, when I went to visit Kenya, I was among people who talked about circle and how circles have changed in Kenya. And actually, I just decided to visit the Ministry of Cooperative in Kenya so that they can explain to me what I was supposed to do. And I went there, and let's talk of what we have seen, not what we have heard. Those people in those offices were amazing. They explained to me everything that I was supposed to do. They held my hand. And actually, when I came back here in America, I just thought I have to do something. Most of the women here in America, they have chamas. I know most of them, you have chamas. And I can tell you the kind of money that goes around those chamas. Like me, we have a chama. I don't want to tell you the kind of money that goes around that chama. I think it can start a bank. If you are really serious about that, it can really start a bank. So when I came here, I introduced this whole idea to the women we have chama with. And I told them about it. And we came, we talked about it. And actually, we started it. We came up with our rules and regulations of how we're gonna register it. And we started. And the contribution we were supposed to do, but first we started by recruiting members, and we did it. And once we did that, I went all the, actually there was a lady, and I wanna say thank you to her, her name is Agnes. She took us all around what we were supposed to do while here in America. And then, the beginning of this year, I went back to Kenya, and actually, they registered that circle. Now we are a registered circle with the Ministry of Cooperative. So, I am for empowering the girl child, because if we do it the right way, I think that girl child is the one who is gonna empower the community and start with the men, so that they'll be the men God intended them to be. The cooperative bank are the one who told me to come to this forum. And actually, I can just say that they did an amazing job with helping us opening the account, the way they took us through, and actually even taking us around on how we're gonna be operating our online banking. So we are all set to go. Karibuni wa mama.
Me and Elizabeth, we have done so many things. Actually, we are the founder of Hosanna Liberty Churches in Kenya, and we just come from a mission back there. And if you have a member back home who'd like to join our churches, that is welcome. Also, I'm the founder of Focus Dream Center. Focus Dream Center, the meaning of the word focus is families, orphans, children, and stress. We have a program that we call Prepare. We go to schools, and I want to do it very quickly. We go to different schools, we support. For us, for those who support, for boy child, and others are for girl child, but for us, we are for both, because we went to support the girl child, and the boy child starts saying, we have left them behind. So now, when we go to girl child, we support with sanitary towels. We do the education for reproductive health, and also for the boy child, we support them and we educate them and we empower them. That's one program that we do. We do another program that we call Chapati Forum, and maybe you have seen it in the news because mostly it's covered. We go to orphan centers, we go to prisons, we go to the disability centers, and we support them with the need they have. And also we have a program that we call OVC, Orphans and Vulnerable Children. We feed them every day. Like in one school in Ruiru called Githugori, we feed 130 children every day. We supply their school supply, books, uniforms, and we do that every day, and we are so thankful for God for that. For the community, let us work together. When you work alone, when you want to go fast, you go alone. When you want to go a long distance, let us join hands and work together. We have a big potential here, and we can do great things.
At this point, I would like to present to you a company that is so dear to me, Premier Realty. Premier is a company that was founded about 20 years ago. And we have wonderful, wonderful projects that have taken place, starting all the way from Nakuru. We have a place down in Mitimingi. We've done Nanyuki, quite a number of projects there, with only one project that's remaining, where we have a 2-acre lot that is currently selling for 5 million. We have properties in Rimuru. We have properties in Konza, which is where I started. Back in those days, I think the first time that Konza was proposed, at a Vision 2030, nobody bought into it. People said that it's in the middle of nowhere. It's taken a while, but it's coming through. We know a bunch of universities that have been proposed there. We know that Google Africa has, a lot of these multinationals have interest there. So it's a good place where somebody can be able to invest, put their money, forget about it for a while. And like our good friend mentioned there with Pasolina, you buy these properties and you can hold on to them, and in the future they can make some good money, good returns for you, as long as it makes sense. If you went to CVS and took that CVS card, your information is already out there. You don't have to worry about that. You know, or what you would possibly get from us is more information as properties become available. And you never know. I always say, let's listen to information and let's find out what we can do.
So again, as you invest, you know, you need to know how to invest, to send money. I know there are very many methods of sending money back home, but I want to appreciate Tap Send. Tap Send is a great partner of Daring Abroad. Use them to send money back home to your loved ones, and feel free to inquire more about Tap Send through our agents. Their agents are across the world.
Diaspora Bite, brought to you by Tap Send.
If you watch Daring Abroad, you've seen a segment called Diaspora Bite. Diaspora Bite is a punchy bite and we've gotten quite a bit of them here. It is something witty or an advice or your experience where you are now telling people, hey, look here, for example, America is great, yes. America is a land of opportunities. But when you come to America, it's a place where you really need to work hard. You need to be focused. You need to know that there are no shortcuts. you need to know that when you come to America, why are you coming? Are you focused? Don't just leave your big job in Kenya and come to America and think it's easy. That's a diaspora buy. So you find something like that and we say, brought to you by Tap Send. Tuwapigie makofi? Yes. But look here that I can sit in Kenya Airways, business class with my team of 4 people. How much is that? It's a lot of money flying to the, and just, then next you are in Jumbo Jet testing a new aircraft. Isn't it God's grace? Isn't it that now you should be part of this thing growing called Daring Abroad? Say amen. Amen.